Hello, and thank you for joining us on this very special day, World Leprosy Day. A day where we join with people all over the world to further amplify the voices of those affected by leprosy. Are you ready to kickstart a new year where our aim is to see flourishing in the lives of those affected by leprosy? Many of you will already know that leprosy is still a major issue in our world today, a destructive weed that takes root in the lives of those who are already the poorest of the poor in their communities, affecting 5 million people in our world today. Every 2 minutes, someone hears the devastating words, "You have leprosy." A short, small sentence, only 3 words long, yet it carries the weight of centuries worth of stigma, shame, discrimination and fear. It is never good news to hear that you have leprosy. I hope that you have your cuppa in hand like me, because on this World Leprosy Day, we are now going to hear from Pam Rhodes, the Vice President of the Leprosy Mission, and also those who live in the tea gardens of Bangladesh, many of which pick the very tea leaves that brew the cuppa that you're sipping on right now. However, in those very tea gardens, there is an issue and we need your help to overcome it.
In the beautiful tea gardens of Bangladesh, the air is fresh and you can hear the chatter of the tea pickers and the birds singing above them. But while the trees and tea shrubs flourish, an invasive weed has taken root. Leprosy. This feared disease is more common here than anywhere else in the world, and nearly every family is affected by leprosy. Fathers, mothers, and children too. If leprosy is not stopped now, there will be devastating consequences, not only for those working in the tea gardens, but for the whole of Bangladesh.
My name is Aloka Gonju and I live with my family in the tea gardens. Everything I do is for my family. I want them to have a good life. I worked in the tea gardens picking leaves for about 40 years. Every day before the sun has barely risen, I walk 15 kilometers to work. 2 years ago, I noticed a small discolored patch on my left hand. It didn't seem to cause any problems at first, so I carried on working. But over time, I lost the strength in my hand. My fingers became stiff and bent. I really struggled to grip the tea leaves and pull them off the bushes. I can't carry or hold anything with my left hand anymore. As my hands slowly got weaker, I was overwhelmed with worry. Who would look after me and my family if I couldn't work? Without my job, we'd also lose our home. I felt sick with stress and lost a lot of weight. How would we survive? Someone doing health screening from the Leprosy Mission came to my house. She noticed my hands and sent me for a test. I had leprosy. I'm thankful because she found me and made sure I had the medicine I needed. But I'm sad that I was cured too late to stop the damage to my hand. I need help to make my hand work again because I can't earn enough now. I work as fast as I can to pick as many leaves as possible, but I can only pick half the amount I used to. And half the leaves means half the pay. If my hand gets worse, I'll have no reason to live. I want to look after my family, to pick tea and earn enough. I don't want anyone else to suffer like me. I tell people to go to the doctor for treatment. Please help us to find people with leprosy so they can be cured. My dream is that there would be no more leprosy cases in the tea gardens.
I work in the tea gardens and I diagnose and treat more than 250 people every year. I dress wounds caused by leprosy and teach people how to care for disabled limbs themselves. I am so happy every time someone is found and cured from leprosy, but I know there are so many more people who need to be found before it's too late. The disease is still spreading. We have to stop it right now. Please, will you help us?
Today in the tea gardens of Bangladesh, there are many people like Aloka who need to be cured before leprosy devastates their bodies. People living in fear for the future. People losing the ability to work and care for their families. Leprosy must not be allowed to continue to spread. It must be rooted out now. We believe that every person deserves life in all its fullness. With your help, we will train healthcare workers to find, diagnose, and cure people with leprosy. Your compassion can prevent disability, protect livelihoods, and finally stop the spread of this disease. Together, we can create a future where leprosy has no hold over families and communities in Bangladesh, a future where people will truly flourish.
A gift of £10 a month gives life-changing reconstructive surgery to someone like Aloka. A one-off gift of £24 cures one person of leprosy. £111 provides a pop-up clinic to find and diagnose.
Early diagnosis is key to avoiding long-term and life-altering effects of leprosy. If people are found and cured quickly, leprosy can leave no lasting consequences. It's as easy as that. There should be no preventable disability that robs independence and livelihoods from a curable disease. We are thankful that Aloka was found, cured and stopped leprosy, the destructive weed taking root in her life any further. But leprosy still left its mark, meaning Aloka fearfully asks questions like, how will I survive? And painfully shares that she was overwhelmed with worry. This shouldn't be the case for a curable disease. Thankfully, Aloka joined a self-help group where leprosy-affected people come together to support and empower one another. This group provided her with a loan to buy goats to help cover the gap in her lost wages. This will help lift the crippling weight of worry and help her and her family flourish. When I hear of Aloka's self-help group of people like Smita, the community health worker, and the part we have to play in this journey of flourishing, I think of the verse in 1 Corinthians 3 verse 9. We are co-workers in God's service. We are co-workers working towards a goal and a purpose in service to God. We believe that for us in this context, that is ending leprosy. Will you be a co-worker in this service of ending leprosy and enable flourishing in the lives of those affected like Aloka?
Today we are launching our campaign called Flourish, and we invite you to join with us to be co-workers, because we all want to see those affected by leprosy flourish. There are 4 simple ways where you can help. Firstly, prayer. Will you pray for those affected like Aloka and her family? Sign up to receive our monthly prayer updates. Simply fill out a contact form on our website or contact the office. Also, save the date for our Global Day of Prayer on Wednesday the 10th of May, where we will be hearing directly from one of the community workers in Bangladesh. More information and sign-up details are available on the events section of our website. Secondly, come. Join us at the Big Leprosy Mission Tea Party on Saturday the 4th of March to hear more on how we can enable flourishing. Let's catch up over a cuppa and hear from our very own Pam Gaston, TLM Northern Ireland's Programme Funding Officer, who visited the tea gardens last year. Thirdly, speak out. Host your own tea party and tell friends and family about Aloka and those like her, or share updates with your church or community group. You could even book a leprosy mission speaker. Simply fill out the contact form on our website or contact the office. And fourthly, give. A one-off gift of £24 could find and cure someone like a Luca, stopping leprosy in its tracks and allowing them to flourish. A regular gift of £10 a month over the course of the year could fund reconstructive surgery for someone like a Luca. This gives function back to the hands and feet, reinstating stolen livelihoods, independence and freedom. £10 a month could enable flourishing in so many aspects of life, allowing those affected to live their lives to the fullest. I mean, we would spend that easily each month on teas and coffees in a cafe. Those cups of tea bring us a moment of comfort and uplift. However, for the same amount, it could completely change the life of someone like a Luca. Will you help those affected by leprosy flourish? I look forward to being a co-worker with you and to enable those with leprosy to flourish in 2023 and beyond. Thank you.